Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hollow Knight 80% tournament. There is a slight change in layout because we had a little bit of a lack of restreamer difficulty, but we are back, and we are ready for this next race between Joeleren and Joji, also known as Inexorablemp, according to the document.
Yeah, names are always a bit different, but we're going with Joji for now. Alright, we got a bit of a difference in terms of PB here, but that doesn't mean today's race isn't going to be exciting.
A slight difference. Both runners on 1-2-2-1, which is nice to see. We've had a lot of LP runs also over the past couple days.
Yes.
So I'm just excited to see how this race goes. And of course, I say both runners on 1-2-2-1, and then one of them, Alt F4s, goes on 1028 and does Steel Soul. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so I think we can do the countdown now. Both of the runners have given us their ready.
Beautiful.
Okay. Okay. All right. Both runners seem to be ready. Have a slot ready. So I can just start the countdown now, if that's all right.
Oh, sure, sounds good.
Okay. Hopefully everyone saw that. We should be ready to go now.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Okay, Joeleren
Looks
is
like
going
we
into
have
the game.
Joeleren
Joji.
going.
Yeah, Joji didn't
Joji.
seem to see it.
Ding. Do, 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 do. I'm sorry.
Rude. Okay, Joji is also now there. It seems like there was some freeze there. But Joji, in fact, further into the run than Joeleren.
A long freeze. Joji's timer hasn't started.
Oh god, Joji's timer hasn't started. Yeah, we'll have to...
That is so annoying. Okay, so Joji's timer has started, but the one that we use in our stream layout has not. So, you know, I'm gonna see if I can go into Joji's chat and yell at them for a moment.
Yeah. As Joji leaves King Pass at the moment. Both runners making it through without any issues. Oh yeah, Joji is just waiting there now.
Probably fixing the timer.
Yeah, that might mean we might need to restart the race.
Might need to reset.
Yep. The infamous early game reset.
Stand early game resets.
Yeah, especially not very common in races, of course, but
especially early game resetting to Eyebalder, my beloved.
You know, runners are just so addicted to early game resetting that we need technical difficulties in the streams.
Yep, we really forced in a technical difficulty. We made sure that Joji's timer wouldn't work specifically for this reason.
Yeah. Well, Joeleren gets some crossroads practice in like this, I suppose.
That RNG and tech dev could honestly true.
Yeah, it's like a segment you don't really drill for a race.
I'm gonna let Joeleren know to stop.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose someone should. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's not responding to my ping, so I'm going to go into his chat.
Yep. That seems to be our only goal. Okay, so it's Joeleren is now in fact
paused. Yes.
Yes. What would be technology without technical difficulties?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the most beautiful technical difficulty of my life.
Oh, it's truly wonderful.
And truly a
Okay.
technical difficulty of all time.
Both runners going back to the main menu.
The title screen.
I love the title screen. It's
I mean, who
the
doesn't love
best
the
part of
title
Hollow
screen?
Knight.
I don't like the title screen on LP, but like, who doesn't love the title screen? We love the title screen.
Yep. Okay,
This is the
Joji's going back
this is
into
probably
a
just
safe.
testing, yeah, just testing.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is the
Just testing.
commentary. This is the commentary you get, chat, when there's technical difficulties. We just talk about how much we love the title screen.
I mean, we're supposed to talk about what's on screen, so we talk about what's on screen.
Absolutely wonderful. My personal favorite particle is the 37,000th one from the left.
Amazing, thank you. I know absolutely what you're talking about.
It's just a random particle.
Well, at least we can definitely verify now that Joeleren does in fact use screen shake modifier and Joji doesn't.
It's working now.
Yeah, it's
Yippee!
working now. Okay. So I suppose we will have another countdown. Uh,
And now we're done with peak commentary, like how good the main menu is.
yeah.
Maybe someone in chat has a hot take and thinks the main menu is bad. I don't know.
Okay, I did another countdown. I hope both runners saw it.
You could just ping them.
Oh, that's fair. Joji saw it and Joeleren also saw it. Okay.
Ace.
Well, Joji might not have seen it, actually. Okay, no.
Okay,
Alright.
we're starting again. All right. Watch the
Alright.
timer not work again. Watch the timer not work again.
Well, welcome to the stream,
It's not
everyone.
working again. Let's go.
Oh my god!
All right, I gotta go back into Jody's chat.
Yep.
Timer.
Oh my god.
This is so pog.
In case anyone wants to learn some KP strats from those runners, now is probably the time to watch and learn.
Yeah, you guys get to watch KP 6 times in a row. Isn't this so fun?
Yep. I will like go to like
Look at Jody's stream. Yeah, it's just not starting the top left timer. That's so weird. Worst case scenario, we can use the normal timer streamer. We can just switch to the normal timer. We'll have to just deal with the colors.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
suppose.
worst case scenario if we can't get the top left one working.
Yep. That is strange. Okay, Joeleren apparently now also saw the message that the timer has once again broken.
We love broken timers in this household because then they can't tell you how long you've been playing.
Yeah, wonderful. Also, we can once again talk about how beautiful the main menu is.
Oh my god, I love the main
Because
menu. Best part of the game.
it's truly the
Incredible.
content
Just
everyone is here
truly,
for.
truly incredible.
Yeah.
Except for that one time it messed up my RNG while I was tasking, and so I had to change my main menu for RNG.
My
But
god.
don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. We love the main menu. It's amazing.
I mean, I like the main menu. There are worse main menus.
True. True. How
Also,
could
ways
you
of
like the
breaking
God
screen
Home title screen?
mechanics.
That's honestly insane. Liking the God Home title screen is lunatic behavior.
I personally always have the Eternal Ordeal title screen.
Oh my god, unfathomably based.
It's it's so terrible that it's once again good.
Unfathomably based.
Yes, unfathomably based indeed.
Yes,
Otherwise, the
guards,
Grim
arrest
title.
this man. Send him to prison.
Yes.
No more freedom for burnt toast. Burnt toast.
Everyone listen to our
IO,
Lord
yeah.
Overclock.
We love Overclock. Overclock is our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, can we have like a ban in chat for burnt toast IO? Everyone
Can we get
avoid
Serpent
or
to ban burnt toast?
yeah, please, Serp, please.
Serpent, can we get burnt toast
Serp is not there.
banned and forever? Serpent's probably not here.
Yeah, Serpent's not there.
I'm gonna ping Slorent and ask him to ban a burnt toast IO for his terrible
Yeah,
opinion.
I'll just
Um,
shoot her a DM, of course.
oh, let me ping Nerf. Hold up, we gotta ban burnt toast. No more surviving. Burnt toast just dies.
That's the thing we need like a 5-second timeout for.
Do, 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 do,
But it's
do.
also the newest, and newest means best, of course, right? Right?
Yeah, so true. So we're guys, don't worry, we're only 20 minutes late. So on time.
Well, according to yesterday, yes.
I have to go in like 25.
Genius. You know, do you maybe want to make yourself a new sandwich or something?
You know what? Honestly, I could. I could go downstairs. I could make like an entire burger on just a stove even before this starts probably.
Probably. I mean, I'm hungry. I could have taken that time.
I will FedEx you a burger.
Thank you, thank
It
you.
might be a little bit dry once it arrives, but I will FedEx you a burger.
International shipping isn't a problem at all.
No, international shipping isn't a problem.
Yeah, sure. Amazing. That burger will be much appreciated.
You're welcome. Also,
Okay, Joji is once again
seasonings do you
going.
want on your burger? What seasonings do you want?
Oh, like for the patty or like in
For the
general?
patty and yeah, for the patty.
I mean, I'm rather of a purist in that regard. Like, if you have good quality meat, some salt, some pepper, and maybe some garlic powder.
I get that, yeah. I
Uh,
usually do something similar anyway.
yeah, that's
Sometimes I add some herb. I don't know.
it can't fail pretty much. Okay, I
Can
think
fail if you
we
cook it.
can just go like this now, as it is right now.
Oh my god, the timer's so stretched. Can we make the timer a little bit smaller vertically? It doesn't have to fill the whole box. It's so stretched.
Right. Okay, once that is done, I think we can simply
Thank you. Can
like start.
everybody please can everybody please pet the restreamer? The restreamer is was on very short notice and didn't have it set up because we didn't have any other restreamers.
Yeah, the restreamer deserves some pets indeed.
The restreamer.
At the restreamer indeed.
Pet the restreamer. Plunk, plunk, plunk.
Okay.
It's so loud.
Alrighty. So are we ready now?
Joke's on you. Now Joleren's timer is gonna break.
Great. What could go? I mean, why would things go right even?
Welcome to Skate King's Any Percent tournament. Nothing goes right. It
Yes.
all goes wrong in the funniest possible way, so it's fine.
Yes. Joji says
Crop
they're
cuts
ready.
off like the 10-minute mark. Honestly, that's happened to me so many times. I just like very quietly fix it and no one ever notices.
Yeah, the runners have given me their ready, so I will start another countdown now.
It'll be like a 3-hour countdown. Just never gonna leave.
Okay.
We must retain the viewership.
We're just doing countdowns for the next race, you know?
Honestly, yeah, at one point I was waiting for Guanqui because Guanqui, I don't know, it took Gronky like 10 minutes to get ready, and Gronky was listening to March Madness, so I had to mute mute his game volume, or her game volume, sorry. But at one point, I just started an hour timer and just waited for Gronky to be ready.
Weren't they ready in like 5 minutes after that?
Yeah, it wasn't that long, but that was after like 6 2-minute timers. It was a while.
Fair enough. Okay, Chad, we got functioning timers now, and Joeleren unfortunately missed the soft fall there.
Okay, it looks like we're pausing for sync, and we're moderately synced, so we're probably fine.
Careful.
Them desync immediately in the first transition. Like Joji's transition just takes like 45 seconds. So you guys get beautiful black screen gameplay from Joji's side, and the timers are never synced again.
Yeah, I mean, we can theoretically sync at any other point where there's not much happening,
Yeah, that's true.
like
Like Crystal
Chandelier
Peak.
split.
No, I'm kidding. Not
Yeah,
Crystal Peak.
Crystal Peak, great split to do that, or Beast Stand.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting there. Okay,
I do find it really funny that if they get too desynced, we just pause one side for like 3 minutes.
yes, it's the way to do it.
Hey, don't worry. That makes our job so much easier. We only have to focus on one runner to commentate.
Oh, true. Much easier.
Much
Well,
easier.
so far both of them making their way through pretty normally. Things are looking good now. The technical difficulties are no more.
Yeah, don't worry, burnt toast. Joni was frozen on purpose. I do that in my restreams too. We just have to make sure the timers are synced. I mean, as close as we can for the start. Because you'll see
Yeah.
they're a little desynced now because people have different transition times based on lag, FPS, etc. Because this game can't be coded properly. Sure.
Of course.
Did you know that wall cling storage chains are dependent on a random value based on your FPS that you can't see?
I did not. Okay,
Fun
Joji
fact.
getting the Espit Arena, not getting the Espit Arena perfectly, but Joeleren doing so.
And both of them making their way through Gomeroom 1 here. Just very simple early crossroads movement.
Yes, it's like one cycle, you learn once and then you're good.
Indeed.
At least for without dash, after which it slightly changes.
Yeah, and then you do it with dash and it's faster because dash is just amazing. We love dash.
Yes. Now Joji unfortunately not making their way up to Statue Pogo.
We'll
And
see what
Joeleren
the
pogoing the Espit instead.
we'll see what the times are like. The good news is because both runners are doing the same route, or it's a lot easier. At least as far as I know, I can't wait for one of them to start doing 1-2-2-1 Isthmus route. But at least as far as I know, they're doing the same route, so I can compare the splits much easier.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Because when someone like Disney Reject is doing 1-4-3-2 Isthmus route and pulling out first try Mag Isthmus in the middle of a race,
Insane.
very hard to.
It's crazy to watch that. Yeah. Of course, it's very hard to compare those routes at all. Like,
Yeah.
you can compare it like
They
I
gain and
think.
lose time in so many different places.
Yeah.
And on different patches, your splits register at different times, like how Claw on LP is right at picking it up, but
yeah.
Claw on 1-2-2-1 is on the quit out. It makes it even harder to, track when each runner does something.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, so both runners making their way into Ancestral Mound.
Yep.
Not too far apart, actually. It could be around tied for VS, both entering around 333 for Joel and 335 for Joji.
Yeah, like a small 2-second difference. Nothing crazy here.
Actually,
And both just mashing their way through the Snail Shaman.
I mean, that is the way to go.
Yes. The person who gives you a spell and then
And you never talk to them again besides when they open the gate for you.
yeah, but they literally imprison you, so like against your will. But I guess that's a low price to pay for a good
I mean,
spell.
hey, they don't, as far as I know, they don't have exterminators in Hollow Knight. So to get rid of your Baldur infestation, you just got to imprison some guy against their will, give them a gun, basically, and say, can you kill this thing for me?
I feel like if you already have the gun, you might do it yourself.
That's how I deal with cockroaches all the time. I just kidnap a random guy, give him a gun, and say, "Can you kill this cockroach, please?"
That is the most America thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, that is really American. I don't think the guy would even object. He'd just be like, "Oh yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
I got you."
I mean, maybe those things would be a bit different depending on where you are in the States, but yes, essentially.
If you're in Texas, I don't know, Arizona, Alabama, anywhere in the South, really, the guy's just be like, "I got you," and then take your gun, find the cockroach, and just destroy your wall.
Well, I'll exterminate all those cockroaches for ya. Yeah, that's how Americans solve their problems, after all. Okay, now both making their ways up to Green Path. And
Are you trying to say that bullet isn't a good solution? All right, yeah, both of them hopefully gonna get Balder skip here.
Let's
There
go
you
for
go, very
Joji.
easy on Joji's side. Very simple. Just on 1-2-2-1, you have more range, so you can hit the Balder like a billion times with one fireball.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Joji unfortunately misses the fireball skip. But Joeleren
And
makes it.
Joeleren gets it. So Joeleren has about a 5-second lead going into Green Path.
Yeah. Still rather small time difference between those two runners.
Yep.
And Joji going along the bottom there, rather than taking the pogo on the top. Those small routing differences in Green Path.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting to see how each runner prefers to do the game, even though it's pretty much the same route.
Yeah. It's like
Fireball.
perfect.
And Joel. Oh no!
Oh,
Back up.
oh
Oh!
no! Oh. Okay, so now
Eric
we just rely
time.
on Eric.
I think they're still roughly tied. I think Joji might be like 2-3 seconds ahead now, but
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
it
That
definitely
that
is.
first left fireball. Oh,
Joji didn't get the
let's see.
fireball skip, but the backup, the second fireball skip, so that's some way for Joeleren to catch up.
And
Yeah,
Joeleren got
very
it.
nice.
Very
One
nice. One
fireball, if I
fireball
look.
just to flex.
Yeah. Asserting dominance. Okay, Joji in the Moss Knight room now, unfortunately missing the double hit.
Yeah.
And now having to deal with a slower fight.
A tough RNG to get.
Yeah,
Alright.
definitely.
Alright, Joleren's turn. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, slower fight as well. So at least not a time loss or time gain for either side.
Joji didn't have soul for the third fireball,
Oh, I
Joeleren
didn't
did.
notice actually. Then in that case, you're right. Slower fight.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Joji
I
not saying hello to Zod, or the
hard to
bench
pay
like
attention to 3 different monitors and the race.
definitely. Alright, collecting Moss Knight's Geo now for Joji. Looking very clean there. A bit shaky on the kill on the other Moss Knight and decides to just skip it, so we'll have to collect more Geo later on.
Because yeah, this limited amount, but hopefully still enough geo to get everything needed. I think you will. Yeah, you won't to get shamans. You
Yeah,
only need 206.
you have enough to
But
get shamans, but you need to do some extra soul collection later on.
and it's gonna be a little tight. You need 206 if you get all 64 grows from under geo.
Yes.
But it's still gonna be tight for future stuff.
Exactly.
Joeleren has like a 50 geo lead here, which is very nice.
Yeah, Joeleren has pretty much the exact amount of Geo you'd want here, like you're expected to have. Maybe a tiny bit short, but not to the point where it would be any problematic. Alright, both runners finishing Hornet fairly quickly.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, quitting into the menu at like approximately 11-second lead for Joeleren.
Yeah, I think you might be right. 33.
Definitely
I'd
were
say.
able to
Wow,
claw
this is
back
a
some.
very long menu screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joeleren was 11 seconds ahead going out of Ancestral Mound, so pretty close still, actually.
Yep.
because there's a lot of time to be lost or made up in later and middle game.
Now we get to see some of the most optimized movement in the route.
Love
And
fungal wastes. Yeah, human optimization of fungal waste is insane.
yeah. Like, it's like the split where it saves the least amount of time over Taz.
Yes, that's correct. The only real place task can save time is with a couple nail turnarounds, like in Cloth Room and the first inventory drop, and also we have a better setup than Static Slash. We don't do Static Slash anymore.
Well, Joeleren got the setting slash that we're talking about it,
Indeed,
which is always really nice. Both of them not 100% perfect on their execution, but it's not that easy,
but it's
so
still really good.
yeah.
There's a really tight TFT dependent wiggle you can do to brush a platform while you dash in the first room, and that lets you get a dash instead of a Static Slash. It's just a little bit faster.
Interesting.
That's and also ePogo. We have better ePogos, but that's only really where Taz saves time in Fungal.
Of
Just
course.
interesting to think about.
Joji
Boomer
going
Pogo.
for, yeah, relatively easy boomer pogo compared to some other more modern e-pogos. Like we see from Joeleren here,
Nice.
Fireball.
Very good
Very,
ePogo
very
from both
clean.
sides.
Yeah.
LC Mantis Pogo.
Joji
Oh.
tries to do the Mantis pogo, but is a bit unlucky with the Mantis
Oh,
position.
okay, good. At least got to that platform. That's good because having
Up
to
the
go all
back.
the way around would be killer.
And now they're pretty much synced.
In position, not in
In
timer.
position, of course, in position. In position.
Joji doesn't get the early
Oh,
control.
Joji doesn't get the early control. So that unfortunately loses some more time. Joeleren got it though, and is as such faster back into the game. Or we might even be synced on getting back into the game with how long the load screen takes, yeah. It will probably be synced in just a few rooms. In terms of, visual. Approximately 34-second time difference. Which theoretically could be just made up by a single Umu cycle.
My apologies. My brother was asking me what I wanted for lunch.
It's okay.
I've returned now to commentate the race.
Wonderful.
Beautiful commentary, like of how good the main menu is.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really want to know your opinion on the Got Home menu.
Despicable, vile thing. I do not like the Gone Home menu. And
That is fair.
I say that with the most sincerity as a Pantheon speedrunner. I don't
Okay.
think the Gone Home menu is good.
Both runners pretty much in sync on the screen right now as they move
Yeah,
towards
but looks
crossover.
like Joeleren has a, if I can math right, 36-second lead, roughly.
Yeah.
So, very ahead with early game. We'll see if
Definitely.
OG manages to make that back during middle or late game.
Yeah, there's still room, of course. Like the big one
That's
is
like
Umu.
one Umu cycle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one Umu cycle. That's always the thing you can hold on at this point in the run before Umu. After Umu, it becomes very scary.
Yeah, it's like 4 QGA fails.
Joeleren getting the wall cling storage there. The gate
Very
wall cling
nice.
storage.
Joeleren just having really good execution during this run.
Yeah. Looking pretty great. And also blazing through the menu.
Fastest menu on the side of the Mississippi.
When we were talking about the southern US already, huh? I think it's beautiful how we see just a slight bit more optimized movement on Joleren's side, but slower loads. So it perfectly results in a synced thing on screen with the time difference.
Oh my
and the
god! Oh my god! This is so synced. That Shaman Stone equip was so
Yeah.
synced. I thought for a second that we had accidentally duplicated the footage.
Like even the way.
I thought we were streaming the same. Oh, no WCS on Joji's side. That's just gonna be slow.
Yeah, Joleren gets it though on second try with the single
Really
slash.
smooth from Joeleren. But I think that second try is gonna have them pretty much equal. Yeah, more or
Yep.
less. Oh my
It
god,
will
that
be
shaman stone.
It's been perfectly equalized by the load.
And that shaman stone was just so smooth. Oh,
Oh yeah,
this is the jump.
that's what we're watching the race for.
Yeah, we only watch these races for synced things. If the timers aren't synced, cringe. But if the runners are synced up in gameplay, it makes up for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need. I
Honestly,
mean,
I really hope that they keep pace because it would be really awesome to have
yeah.
synced THK, but I don't know.
You know, even with the timer difference being like very large here, the
It's almost a minute.
with it being almost a minute because the like actual on-screen things are almost entirely like synced.
It's very easy to compare, which is nice.
Yeah, and it also seems like it's much closer than it actually is.
It's true
And that's
because
exactly what you want for a race like this with this
you know
PB difference.
they are doing the exact same segments at the exact same time. One of them is just faster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really nice to see that synced gameplay, and Joji and Joel both getting really good dream plats.
Yep. Moving through very cleanly.
Joji, as you can see, just a little bit slower, so it gives
Yep.
Joeleren the lead. Then Joeleren has like 30-second quit outs, so you know everything's gonna get synced back up again. We're good.
Yep. Okay, we getting to see Seer skip now. Hopefully it goes well.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, looks good for Joeleren.
Oh, very good Seer skip. And for Joji, very good for Joji as well. And
Yeah.
even faster than Joleren's because you got the drop while waking up.
I still think we should just call it the sleepy drop.
You know what? That's amazing. I love that. And then we can just refer to like I don't know, what you land on, the crypt that you land on as just the bed. Be called the bed.
Yes. Yes. I like that one. That sounds amazing. Sleepy drop into bed.
That's what I do every night when I finish tasking at 3
Yeah,
a.m.
exactly.
Sleepy drop into bed.
Uh-huh. And we're almost synced on screen once again.
Very close. Oh no, hard fall!
Ah,
Cringe hard
sad.
fall.
Very sad. Okay, we
Very
will
sad.
probably see some
Joji
major...
actually getting even with the
Yeah,
hard fall, getting through the room quicker than Joeleren.
interesting. And
Oh,
Joji going for the King Station relic, which has now been abandoned in the main route for
rafters.
Raptor Seal, yep.
I guess it's a little bit better to do in the race because their rafters might be like unreliable, but I guess when you're behind, it can be tougher to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Joeleren getting a very smooth, gorgeous husk.
Yeah, that looked pretty amazing.
Very clean. I mean, you want like a little more Geo here, but I think their Joleren's Geo is fine. Joji though is gonna be probably a little low actually.
Yeah, I
Only
mean, of course, since we skipped...
450 after Gorgeous Husk.
Yeah, we skipped the Moss Knight, so it's slower.
Mhm.
So we're lower on Geo. Yeah, you should have no less than 602 Geo after Watcher Knights. So both runners pretty short
Was
on
it
Geo.
after Watchers? I thought it was before Watchers.
Yeah, before Watchers, I'm sorry.
So yeah, both runners are a little bit tight, but Jolerin can make that up with one enemy very easily. So it's interesting to see how Joji's Geo affects things. Might have to like kill an extra devout.
Yeah,
Later.
or might pick up the Raptor Seal still.
Maybe, yeah, but that sounds like it'd be excessive Geo. I feel like that
It
might just
definitely
be
would be excessive Geo.
feels like it might just be slower than killing enemies because with city enemies you can probably make up the difference quickly.
Yeah, fair enough. So Jolerin beginning the Watcher Knights fight here. One of
Nice
the
double hit.
difficulty in the fight.
I think that
In
was a
the
double hit. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, really nice. finishes the
Love
first.
to see. Love
quickly.
to see. You'll love to see simple horizontal rolls because then you can double hit, which is
Yes.
awesome, or triple hit if it's a full screen roll.
Unfortunately, shooting some fireballs in the wrong direction on Joleren's side as Joji also begins fighting the Watcher Knights.
See how Joji's first Watcher goes.
Yep.
Joji did skip the journal. So Joji is doing probably
Oh.
Raptors and King Station, yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering how they got through that room quicker than Joeleren did, but I was too busy tassing.
Right, that makes sense, actually. Joeleren
Okay, yeah,
having a very clean Watcher Knights fight.
both pretty clean, both on 4 health here.
Okay.
Oh,
Joeleren
2
getting
HP
a
for
bit
Joeleren.
short on HP on the last Watcher, but manages to finish
Alright,
the fight
pretty
without
close.
even
And
ever getting
Joji also on 2 HP. Oh,
and has more of the fight left over. Had some time to heal though. Very
okay,
important
3
to
HP, yeah,
restock
3
up on
HP,
the
3 HP.
vital
Probably
resource.
workable.
Definitely workable.
Unless one of the Watchers randomly bounces into you, which they like to do.
They certainly do. At least this is 1-2-1 and we don't. Oh god.
HP.
That it's getting
What?
closer, but we're on the last 2 Watcher Knights.
Oh, 1 HP.
1 HP. Gets a heal
Oh,
in,
oh wait,
but
heal.
unfortunately.
That was such a tight heal. I thought it was a death. It was such a tight
No.
heal.
Oh
Oh
no, dice on the last Watchers.
no,
Oh no.
no.
But they took the safety bench here, so we're good. We
It,
don't have to do the jank airwalk setup to get up to Blue Lake again.
yeah. Rip Watcher's death. Why did we switch?
Yeah, something seems not right with the restream.
Sleevey. Thank you,
Okay.
Sleevey.
Okay, alright.
I think there may have been a misclick.
Yep. Okay, Joeleren just leaving.
Maybe go in studio mode just in case, so we don't have more misclicks.
Oh.
I'll talk in
So,
restream.
Joji getting back into the Watcher Knights fight.
And Joeleren getting out with very comfortable Geo, I think, by grabbing the extra from the chest.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you'd like 1,260 and minimum 1,257. So we're still short.
I don't know the exact 90% Geo route. I just figured they had good Geo based on my math.
Yeah, we're short 21 Geo.
That's not that bad in the city. You just like send a fireball to the left and gain 6,000 anyway.
Exactly. I also
Just
don't know those numbers by heart.
Joeleren will probably make up that Geo in the lever room because you kill like 3 enemies there at the start, right?
Oh, cool.
Unless they just don't kill. Do they know
Skips
they're short on Geo?
over the Geo. They didn't collect the Geo, they jumped over it.
That probably would have been enough too.
Yeah.
Slides over the Geo. Oh, Rafters seal time. I'll see if they go for right side Rafters.
Yeah, so having Rafters, right side
Go
Rafters.
for it. And they get it first try.
Perfectly. Amazing.
Saves, I believe it was 12 seconds over the old King Station route.
Yep. Handles the Rafters movement perfectly as Joji is approaching the last 2 Watchers on 2 HP. This down to the last Watcher and finishes the fight on 2 HP.
Joeleren just having really good execution on pretty much all of these segments, besides literally flying over the Geo. And that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joeleren is short on Geo, but they can collect it from city enemies, and the one city enemy they kill, they dodge the Geo.
Yeah, Geo is dangerous, you have to dodge it.
Only for Yarlik's Tasses.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good reference.
Yeah. I have played around with Gathering Swarm because I have access to the same tooling, and it's just really fun to task with.
Oh boy. Okay, I believe, is that Joeleren is still a bit short on Geo? Yeah, a bit Geo. Not as much though. So at this point, we can
Torch,
probably just.
Joji is I believe going to rafters after this, so I don't think they need to
Yeah,
have it open
yeah,
because they skipped any percent journal. They do rafters and King Station Seal.
yes. I didn't know that was called any percent journal. That's
That's
cool.
just what I call it. I don't know. I just every single
Okay,
time I say any percent journal, people that I talk to understand because it's just the only
it
journal.
makes sense.
10%. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's just
makes
what
a
I
lot of
call it.
sense.
It's probably better to call it like Upper City Journal or like City Resting Grounds Entrance Journal or something. But any percent journal just feels easier.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Um, in terms of Joji, yeah, as we said, we'll probably go to rafters, and then then he's definitely good on Geo. If not, then he's short like 100 approximately. But I suppose that's just a difference in routing.
And Joeleren also pretty good on Geo. Gonna buy the toll, and then I think you can pick up the rest from the Devout before Hera.
Yep. Oh, Joji gets the walking storage in the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Just dashed too early.
Yeah, it happens to the best.
Actually, no, sorry, the dash was too late because yeah, you got the walkling storage and then you dashed. Yeah. The dash was too late. Ooh, gate walkling storage from Joeleren.
Love it. HK slide, HK slide.
HK slide. HK
Oh.
super slide. Wait a minute, that's a major glitch.
Well, Joji unfortunately not getting the skip up to rafters.
It's doing
Still
elevator.
not taking the elevator up to the seal.
Ooh,
Which
nice
unfortunately does.
the Poggest axe getting the right side wall jump.
It's exactly the worst case situation when there's so much happening on every screen that you can't follow up on all the hype moments.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
that is a cycle.
yeah, it
That
certainly
is
is
a
a cycle.
that is a cycle that exists. I think. Definitely could
It
have been a lot
exists.
better, but still not bad.
We might call it Joeleren cycle now.
My God, the Joeleren. It's an intentional double damage tank. I promise. What are you damage tanking for? I don't know. Go do Crystal Guardian.
Yeah, it's because on the eyebalder route, if you also
Yeah, you're damage
do
tanking
Crystal
Biddy
Guard.
and you don't have Fury to go do Crystal Guardian, which you don't do.
It's very important. Very
That's how the
important.
Joeleren cycle goes, bro. It's the most efficient way to damage tank twice for a boss you don't need, and you don't need a damage tank. Oh yeah, speaking of Crystal Guardian, during Guanki's race, they did Crystal Guardian. It was so disrespectful, but
My
also really
God.
funny.
That is crazy. We gets the underplant there. Nice. Ah, the run is off to the run is officially blessed now. Now we just
Yeah,
have
it'll
to.
be even more blessed if he goes back and does Crystal Guardian. I don't know, wall cling storage up to Enraged Guardian. Like, that's not a major glitch. I don't know what you mean.
God, yeah. Great idea.
Major glitches mentioned. Where is Gustin? Ping Gustin 11 times in every channel. Gustin would probably ban me if I did that.
That would make sense.
It would be really funny, though.
Yep. Okay,
Since, yeah,
Joeleren now
I have 6 alts anyway.
genius. That's what you need.
Can never get banned. I just come back in 5 minutes to keep pinging Gustin.
All right, Joeleren now going into the acid skip room.
First try?
Gets it very
Nice.
nicely. The rest
Nice.
of the movement there, very practiced, very muscle memory for the runner, I would assume. Yeah, goes well. Perfect Trinomi drop.
Oh, oh.
And
Oh, that was close.
it's always
Oh
scary.
no! Got hit by the core.
That is really unfortunate. And
Oh,
Joji
oh,
on 1
oh.
HP.
That was close. Yeah, that room is awful. Because of infected bench flies. Oh, and Joeleren taking the safety bench. Probably smart to on 3 HP just get that heal in just in case you die.
Yeah, definitely. Can't
Hopefully,
argue with that.
hopefully not cursed. Nice damage tank. Very good
No
cycle.
wall storage there, unfortunately.
Walkling storage is, I don't know, unbased. Actually, wait, no, I love walking storage. I literally wrote the walking storage Bible. What am I saying?
You're a Tasser. You have to like walking storage.
Yeah, I wrote the entire thing from memory, and then I forgot elevator walkling
Oh,
storage.
Joji unfortunately missing Pogex. And now
No.
being in a sketchy situation with
But
the backup, but getting some soul
unfortunate.
in. Oh,
Unfortunate. Oh, oh,
1
oh, oh!
HP.
I was so
Running
close.
into the enemy on 1 HP, but it's okay because iframes.
We love iframes. Actually, no, we don't. But
Oh
like, those
god.
specific iframes are good. Oh, nice first cycle from Joeleren.
Yeah, very clean execution there on Umu.
Very good
Clearly,
stuff.
clearly a well-practiced fight.
Hmm. Hold on, let me find the Umu Kabi pasta.
Okay, not as clean on the second cycle. Will be a 3 cycle here.
To quote my glorious king, the Zotbot, I get sad when I see others get angry at Umu. Sad because I know that they're actually angry at themselves for having terrible Watcher Knight and Hollow Knight fights. Because Umu is so easy to optimize, they take their anger out on him, becoming more and more insecure and never addressing their own
Going for
personal
the 4 cycle on Joeleren here.
problems. Force cycle. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you, Overclock. I am a snail. You're right. I had to go into the speedrun cord channel and type the command because speedrun cord. What am I saying? Yeah, I had to go in the channel and type the command because I don't have it anywhere saved.
yeah. Joeleren now finishes off Umu on the 4th cycle, so it's not that bad, and gets the walking storage.
And very smooth. Honestly,
Yeah, we get.
these runners should stop dying to video game bosses. They should just be using Descending Dark.
God. Or just take a horse instead of dashing so much. Why are you dying to bosses? You should just be using Descending Dark. Descending
Descending
Dark gives
Dark
you
gives you
iframes.
iframes, which stop you taking damage. It also does a lot of damage. Stop dying to video game bosses and just use Descending Dark.
Jesus.
My
Okay, both
God, wait,
runners now approaching an acid skip.
hold on, wait. Why are you dying to video game horses? You should just be using Descending Horse. Descending Horse gives you horse. Uh, horse. Yeah, it gives you eye horses and deals a lot of horse. So start using Descending Horse and stop dying to video game horses.
Man, I love video game horses.
I don't know about you guys, but I keep dying to the horse in Skyrim. Just it just exists in the same same pixels my character, and my character just deletes itself. I don't know.
Joji gets the acid skip on the first try, but unfortunately hard falls on the platform.
See how
So a
Joleren's
bit of
huge
time lost.
goes.
And now on 1 HP in Trinomi drop, but managed to heal and should now be good before Umu. And now Joeleren approaching Queen's Garden's acid skip. One of the hardest tricks in the any percent route, once again. Yeah, Joeleren makes QGA first try.
Perfect QGA. As I said, Joeleren just having really good execution. I mean, besides that Umu 4 cycle, but you know.
You know, 4, 2.
We don't talk about the yeah. When you think about it, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 4 cycles
You
are
know,
actually 2 cycles when you think about it. You gotta
2
understand
times
the
2 is just multiple times 2, so it's just a 2 cycle.
it's literally just two cycles, and you know what? I mean, I guess that's just extra Umu practice for the next time. I mean, like, come on, you guys just
Yeah,
have
and
to do.
Joeleren realized that, and that's why they're so far, why he's so far beyond all of us.
I know Joleren's brain could not possibly be perceived by the normal human mind.
Joleren's like Umu for real.
Joeleren is just like, I don't know,
Barb.
every mathematician.
Oh my god. Well,
Second.
I have a mathematics background actually. But yes, Joji finishing the Umu fight. Well, not quite finishing it because the damage cycles were a bit suboptimal, but is on good pace 2 or 3 cycles. Sometimes Uwu just decides to screw you. That is a wonderful thing to say. I think I will get a poster of that. Thank you, Overclock. And Joeleren now approaching, well, still in Deep Nest and approaching Beast's Den. Joji
Yeah,
unfortunately dunks in the acid there.
still seeing great movement from Joeleren.
Yeah. And Joji gets into Monomon cleanly and will now be able to collect Monomon. As Joeleren gets into Beast's Den.
We'll be right back.
Yep. So now Joeleren getting into Beast's Den will be able to we'll see how he handles Deep Nest now. Especially with his Geo, which we kind of stopped paying attention to lately. Just the quit out for safety, and yeah, Joji just collecting Monomon at the moment. Well, we enjoy Joeleren's load screens.
Love Joeleren's infinite load screens. Honestly, it'd be really funny if Joeleren got an infinite load.
Yeah, you just wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice. Joeleren's load screens last like 4 minutes anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
Can we go back, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, crash.
Sleepy.
Where was the ping?
Okay.
He reached.
Okay.
Oh, it was a ping. We're back.
Okay. We're so back. Joeleren.
Okay, it's just another mistake. We're good.
Yeah.
Run is surely over.
It's surely over.
You know, that's it, everybody. Everybody go home. No, there's nothing more to see here. No one.
Joeleren does not save the grab. So the frame savers will be very happy about not saving the grab. Gets on 1 HP, but manages to kill the Devout.
Nice, good stuff going into Hera, and then quit out and THK.
Is Short just a little bit of Geo?
Quit out after here. Yeah, quit out for time saves, but then like I was thinking of like quit out to Dirtmouth, and then I remembered you can't do that because streamers are hard saves, and I'm stupid. Yeah, so for those that don't know, those enemies with the spikes are not a threat at all because Team Cherry, in their infinite wisdom and incredible game development skills, put them on the wrong layer, so none of their attacks can damage you on 1-2-2-1.
That's the true reason why we're doing 1-2-2-1.
Exactly. No other time save is good. It's literally just those enemies. They're such a big problem on 1-4-3-2 and beyond, guys. It's such a big problem. Honestly, everyone should run 1-2-1-1. It's not like we haven't banned it NMG or anything.
Joeleren got the Hera rocks and is now good on Geo for the stack station.
Indeed, and that's the last Geo purchase of the run. Stag to Dirtmouth, you murder THK.
Chad, get your Hollow D's and Horse D's in the chat for Joeleren.
Get your fratricides in the chat.
And your horse copy pastas, of course.
Yeah, hold on. Let me spam a couple horse copy pastas.
Horses. Thank you, Nix. Nix who tricks. Oh god, Joji dying on the way down into Deep Nest and now respawns at the bench, so has to go for another Queen's Gardens acid skip.
Actually, tricks is me, by the way. I forgot to log into the right Twitch account on Linux.
Okay. I see.
This is a very capital D : moment.
Yep. Joji having a lot of trouble with QGA here,
Oh,
getting onto 1 HP. We still
get
need some more
out.
melodies for Joeleren now. We
All
also
right,
need to
get
celebrate
your
the
hollow
PvP.
Ds, get your horse Ds, get your capital hollow Ds, get your I don't know,
Your
whatever.
cows, if you're
Get
from the
tons of
Chinese community. Your cows.
yes.
I don't think Joe is on PB pace. I don't
I
think the
mean,
PB is.
maybe, but that would require a 2 minute THK, which is I don't think possible.
Yeah, like a really, really, really good THK fight. I don't think that's possible.
Should be sub 2 minutes because you still have to do the whole absorb your siblings' inner essence and free them from eternal damnation thing.
Yeah, would have to be like a one. It would have to be pretty much a 1 minute fight. And
Hypixel Skya block experience. I'm actually not playing Hypixel Skyblock like I was the last time I commed. I'm actually tool assisted speedrunning this terrible game that we call Hollow Knight. I'm in Blue Lake doing Blue Lake wall storage right now.
amazing.
It
HK
took 6
spawn.
months to get here.
Joeleren having a very clean THK fight so far. Just getting hit a few times and not getting all that many parries, and just as I say it, the parries appear. The parries appear.
Tom's curse cringe.
Yeah.
Just for
Very
him,
good example of Tom's cursing
um,
there.
listen, there's only one person in this chat who likes passing 4MS, I think, and that's Pika. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for Pika to tell me. But actually, Pika already did 4MS like 3 times.
Yeah, Joeleren really struggling with the Queen's Gardens skip at this present moment.
Oh
Once
wow,
again, back
Joeleren back in Queen's Gardens? That's crazy.
to Joji, I'm sorry. Both start with Joe, okay? That's confusing.
And that's so unfortunate that Joeleren's game bugged and sent him back like 5 minutes. How sad.
Oh, now this time got the Kling, but didn't get out on time. But Joeleren beats the Hollow Knight and is just barely behind PB.
Yeah.
Wonderful! One moment, all the things go, all the things fall into place.
We have
Should
Hollow
be
D.
around
Where's
10
Hollow C?
seconds
No one
behind
ever asked
PB.
about Hollow C. Come on.
True.
Hollow
Joeleren
C.
behind 18 seconds behind PB. So pretty good run.
So very good run, to be honest.
Yeah.
For Joeleren's time, very, very good run.
Yeah, really good run for a race. Now the question is, they already didn't. He already didn't save the grab. Will he kill Myla or not?
Yes, he should. Joeleren can hop in waiting.
Joji is now approaching the safety bench.
Wait, is that actually the case, Reshare? Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, well, our view is the our view sometimes changes, so maybe that's why. Anyway, I'm gonna ping Joeleren when Joeleren GG and wait, are we gonna wait for Joji to finish before bringing Joeleren in the
Yeah,
VC?
we should wait for Joji to finish. It otherwise feels a bit rude.
Ooh.
In the meantime, now doesn't pick up the shade and the geo. Okay, now does.
All right, let's see how. Now
It's
this.
tricky to remember that you have had your shade there. I respect that. Yeah, just making the way through Deep Nest now.
And
Less.
you guys get to see the best content ever on the left side. The credits in Chinese. Isn't this just incredible left side gameplay?
If you need to study reading Chinese, now is the time.
For real. See how many of these positions you can understand.
I would have understood some of that like a few years ago, but not anymore. So
I would understand it if it was in German. um,
well, guess
or
what? I would also be able to understand that.
East. I only
Little known
know.
fact, I actually know one of the German Hollow Knight translators who like actually translated this game.
I know German, some German, English, American Sign Language, and I am learning Russian.
Oh, cool. I'm learning Polish.
Nice. I have a grandparent who speaks Polish, Yiddish, Hebrew, English, and Russian, which is crazy to me, and so they've been helping me.
All the people the Nazis didn't like.
Exactly. I mean, a Jewish, Moldovan woman. So yeah, exactly.
Amber becoming a polyglot, yes indeed.
Yes, yes, indeed. That is the journey.
Yeah.
Speak 342 languages. That's actually speak
That would be
every.
a really respectable amount. Going for extra soul here on these enemies. That's a way to collect soul. If you're not going for the devout skip, which seems
To
to be
speak
attempted there.
to speak every single language on the Italian peninsula. All of them.
No, that seems unfeasible.
Yeah, it actually probably is. Hold on.
It probably is.
How many languages are in Italy? Over 30.
It's possible.
And 12 languages are officially recognized. Wow, that's a lot of
The record
it's
is like
certainly possible, but I'm not gonna do it.
I think the record is 40 something languages fluent and more not fluent. Joji also not saving the grab.
Unbased, cringe individual. Kidding.
This.
Love Joji.
Well, now the question is, does Joeleren go for the Myla kill or just wait?
Please go for the Mila kill. It'd be
Oh
so.
god, Joji died while killing the last devout.
No!
Uh
Capital D colon.
yeah, so now we'll have to kill all those devouts again, unfortunately. Oh, that is very unfortunate.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and losing a lot of HP to the devout here. So the rest of Deepness does become harder because of that.
Very unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate.
Most unfortunate.
Yes.
See how the rest of Deep Best goes.
Deep best. Well, that's something I haven't heard. Partially because I think a lot of people would find it quite disagreeable.
Is the best area in the game. I got no idea what you're talking about. If anyone disagrees with Deep Best being, the best, they're probably like a Queen's Garden enjoyer, so opinion doesn't matter.
Truly, truly. Okay, Joji now slowly approaching the end there with Hera. Arrived at Hera now, so almost C-dashed into the wrong direction. That would be really unfortunate.
Hmm. Just see dash like into the void.
I mean, what happens if you like
You
go
just
into a place of the dream realm that doesn't exist?
I'm pretty sure you just fall into a hazard hitbox and just have to either enter the dreamer again
Yeah,
or on the platform. I don't remember.
yeah, that's the thing that like actually happens in the game, but I was thinking on like a deeper level.
Like in lore,
Yeah,
it's probably that like each little area of the dream world is like confined, so you can't leave it. And if you
yeah,
try to, you hazard respawn.
fair enough. Fair enough. I love hazard respawn lore.
Hazard respawn lore, my beloved. Now, someone figure out lore for hazard warping. I don't know.
What is the lore explanation for the like skip to get to the Queen's Gardens lever quicker?
Better question. What's the lore explanation for wall cling storage?
the explanation to that is HK slide.
Honestly, so true. Turns out you guys were being lied to, and the knight actually has a secret charm that lets them permanently slide on walls. It's only equipped when you wiggle back and forth and click in quick succession. Right next to a wall with less than 18.6 TFT. Walking search.
Sure. The Tesser knowledge.
Indeed.
Or you enter a transition while holding a wall.
True. But only downwards or upwards because you're on the floor for
Of
for
course.
other transitions, and that just immediately gets rid of it.
Yeah.
Or if you just stand in a corner and jump, that's another way. You just stand in a corner and jump.
The game and walls are overall very janky. Don't question it.
And where would we be without Hollow Knight jank though?
Exactly. Okay, now get your Hollow D's and Horse D's in the chat for Joji.
Capital D's, please.
As he approaches the Hollow Knight end this run. What's it for all?
Damn, that reminded me of a Claymore song now.
Well, we don't see Joeleren going for any Myla shenanigans, so...
Maybe during the interview, though. Maybe during the interview.
Maybe we can coerce in, yeah.
It's unfathomable the amount of runners now that I have convinced to kill Myla. Actually, not unfathomable. It's been like 6, but it's really funny.
That's your thing, huh?
Whenever I restream and calm, that is the goal.
Fair enough.
Kill the Myla.
Yes, kill the Myla.
Is that not just incredibly fun?
I mean, I would just always go and say hello to Myla and then run the Ismar's route, so...
It would be so much fun. Dying to Myla.
I should just sign up for this tournament and like do the Myla % route.
You should sign up for the tournament, and if you're far enough ahead, you should just throw in a Myla death.
Yeah, the thing is, I unfortunately believe I am not quite good enough at this game to be ahead of pretty much anyone, so... I believe that is unfortunately just a utopia.
Yeah.
Joji playing this fight very safe on full HP still. After a few heals. So this seems like a good run.
Oh my god, I just accidentally added a frame of 8,200 FPS to my tasks.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what I feel about genocide %. Wizard Nagi, but it does seem like just the thing for Amber.
Oh, I love genocide %. Yes, I absolutely actually. I was routing it at one point, and then I was routing pacifist %, which is basically just low nail slashes, but the nail slashes only count when you hit an enemy with them.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun to make.
Yeah, of course it was about Amber. Wizard Nagi, yes. Okay, now very scary end of the Hollow Knight fight here. But doesn't have much HP left, so we should be good. Getting a lot of damage in there. Just a few seconds now, and Joji beats the Hollow Knight. As my fellow commenter has just left me, but that's okay. Yeah, big GG's to Joji, big GG's to Joeleren. Feel free to join us for an interview. Joeleren and Joji, if you want to be interviewed. Joeleren now in waiting for the interview. Yep. Just waiting for a moment for all the runners to join us. Hello there, both of you. GG's on the run.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How do you feel about it? How did you think about the runs?
I got
Joel,
a lot of
maybe.
nerves and then messed up quite a bit, I think, especially on after getting QGA first time on
It
my
was
first
very
attempt and
unfortunate
then
with that.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joeleren, you got very close to PBing here.
Yes, it was it was definitely a run. Like it was funny because every reset that I did was like this pass was a bit slower, and the last attempt was like a 57 Kings pass. And I was like laughing a lot because of that, but like I failed a lot of things in the run, but well, right side went well, and
Yeah, really
QGA
well.
went well as well. So it ended up being a nice run.
Yeah, Umu was really unfortunate. If the Umu fight had gone a bit
Yes.
better, that probably would have PB'd and like by quite a significant margin.
Yes. Like I my brain went wrong, and I did the inventory drop later, and I didn't know what to do then. I dashed, I fell off the platform, and then I couldn't gain the soul to do to health to be full health, and
Yeah.
it was quite unfortunate.
Yeah, I see. Joji, your run went a bit rougher. Was there like a segment or a split that you think went well though? That you were happy with?
I think Mantis Claw and
I was actually mentioning Joji, but it's okay.
Yeah.
sorry.
I felt good about the Umu split.
Oh yeah,
I
Umu was
mean,
pretty good.
no 2-cycle, but a good 3-cycle.
Yes, I believe you got hit in the Trinomi drop room.
Yeah, no, that actually was rough. Never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the kind of things the race does to you.
Yeah. And then
But
dying
yeah,
on Water Knights, but yeah.
of course, of course. It could have been it could always be cleaner, but let's not make any illusions. It was still the solid run for the race. It was just the end was a bit shaky with the nerves at the end.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes. Jolerin, you mentioned that you liked your Mantis Claw split.
Yes, like Mantis Claw and Crystal Peaks was like the splits that I think I did best in this run.
Mhm.
Um, the bosses the three main bosses I did pretty bad segments there.
Yeah. It was actually a really interesting race to watch because for like approximately the first half of the run, the timers were in sync. Like they weren't synced, but we had perfect sync on screen for large parts of the run. So we had like at the probably same frame on the screen, we saw both of you equip Shaman Stone. So
That's very fun.
yeah, it was really cool to watch with that level of sync. Yeah. So, any closing thoughts on how the runs were, or?
Thank you so much for restreaming last minute. That was awesome. To the restreamer.
Yeah, thank you, Maddie.
Yes.
Thank you, Maddie. It really helped us out. Unfortunately, my other commenter is not really here anymore. But also massive thanks to Amber, of course. I will not force anyone to kill Myla myself, so Myla gets off easy today. So, with that, we got another race coming up in approximately 1.5 hours. Axel versus Slow. Which also still needs a restreamer, so if you can restream, just say hi in the Discord. Because we still need 2 races today with restreamers. We're a bit short on that. But other than that, yeah, tune back in at in like approximately 1.5 hours for the next race between Axel and Slow. And with that, massive thanks to the runners, GG's to you and the restreamer and also Amber. And yeah, have a good one.